Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Final Fantasy VX video. And we're going to be reviewing two characters, plus talking about all the other buffs that are actually crazy good. You know, usually I skip over those, but today we're not going to be skipping over them, because I think all the upgrades are actually quite good. Surprisingly, like, this is like global upgrades type of good. It actually is surprising how good they are. So, let's talk about Lightning first. Her TMR is okay because it has a quad killer, which is good. STMR is pretty good because of 113 attack. So pretty good, and also gives MP on it, which I like. I'm always a sucker for MP. So there you go for that. And then she has interesting skill similar to Akstar, where she can give, well, just for lightning though, just lightning amp for one ally and one for, and of course for herself. And the 120 is the normal stuff as usual, but she's quite strong. And she has 90% breaks, which is already insane already. She already has this. And then this. And then on top of that, she has 90% breaks, which is crazy. Plus LB field buffs. And also a field effect. And also a lightning imperil effect, which you need for the new lightning stage. You need to have this. So you need to use this on top of this in order to do good. Unfortunately, it's only one use per battle, so that kind of sucks, but can you do? Anyways, yeah, so she has a pretty good leader skill, lightning allies, and then elite soldiers, you get 200% LB damage buff that stacks with all the other LB damage stuff, like a field effect and then the usual buff, and 15% pretty cool. And then her damage is where you actually care about, because she's not an SLB, so you get this at all times. As long as she's Neovision Plus, you get this at all times. There's no SLB involved. So, quite strong. I think this is the strongest in the game by far, in terms of just being a chainer. I don't know if she's stronger than Knights of Grand Shell, in terms of being I mean, she's a finisher though. In terms of being a chainer, I think she's really good. And she's non-elemental too, so that's quite good, right? Obviously you're going to be using lightning, but it's so nice to see non-elemental. Is it AoE? No, it's only single target. Very good unit. She has so much, it's crazy. She has so much, it's crazy on a DPS. Both of these. You don't have to bring a dedicated field effect user for these. Also, she has lightning amp for everybody, or lightning imbue for everybody. She has 90% breaks, LB support, LB field support, aquatic and machine killer. It's only 160, but it's still good. She has 400% attack for herself, which is good. And also this chain is pretty crazy, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, this buffs it for 2 turns. You'd only get it once off. That's really strong. That's like, does this go up any higher? Because this would be a nice filler move. Okay, EX1, you get another 100. Okay, so it's like 10,000. It's gotta be like 10,000 something mod for this ability. Unfortunately, it's not a full chain, so you have to use like a weaker chain with it, but still good. She's good. I'm gonna go ahead and give her a 9.25. I think that's pretty fair. 9.25 for lightning. She's very, 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 very good. And most units don't even get over a 9 for me these days, so even getting over a 9 is pretty good. Alright, let's look at Ashal, who is actually the Final Fantasy VX character. TMR is terrible. STMR is average. 200% Dark Imperil, cool. He does not have the shared amp, but still has 250. Okay, so yeah, I didn't see this morning. I saw this, but I did not see this. So obviously, this is going to be very good to use with lightning. We have some skills here, which are really, I mean, this is the crazy thing. This is the bonkers thing right here. 100% lightning amp field. So we jumped up another 30% to 100% lightning amp field, which is insane. Like, that's gonna be so much damage if you pair, even without him even chaining with lightning, just using the field and then having 2 lightning chain with their amp, with, you know, the 600% buff from Fina. Like, what is even surviving that? That's crazy. Apologies, there's some dogs barking outside. I'm just gonna power through it. Anyways, unfortunately, only for himself. This would have been really good. For only 1 Esper orb, you get 30 LB fill. That would have been great for all allies. That probably would have actually raised the score up probably quite a bit if this were for all allies. I mean, I guess 30 would have been too much, but it's still pretty crazy. And he has a nullify spell, which is nice as a support, you know, type character. He is a DPS, but I consider him a support. Like, look at all the support here, guys. 100% amp field. Crazy. Really crazy. Plus all those imperils. His leader skill is good. Rebellion or lightning. And then he has the Rebellion allies only 30% damage increase. And he can chain with lightning because he can change his LB. His LB element. So you're seeing like a lot of elements here for some reason, because he can choose which ones he wants. I'm probably gonna choose lightning though. Lightning or dark, but mostly lightning. They're all the same modifier, but he has the amps for those 2. So he's very good. For a side DPS amp field user, very good. And obviously he's meant to synergize with lightning. So I'm going to go ahead and give him a 9 out of 10. Very good. Very good. Both of these are very good. Orlandeau's getting Neovision Plus upgrade. Neovision Plus Awakening. So I saw his crowns as well. They looked pretty good to me. 500% LB damage buff. He gets 300 times mod, which is very good. Does he have that thing already? Yeah, he does already, so it's 100 times. Bring out the old calculator, because I think he has over 1,000 times mod. He has an SLB, I believe, right? Yeah, so that kind of sucks, but still. So, okay, I'm sorry I'm scrolling out so much. I'm kind of excited. So, 800 times, well, it's 900 times. 9 for the first 5 turns. So basically you get for 1 turn only, but 900 plus 300. Yeah, it's 1,200, which is, let's look at Lightning's mods. Hers is only 80 more than his. And he's an older unit, so he's not going to have as much attack probably. And also he only has 150% amp, I believe. Yeah, he only has 150% amp, but very good. Is he 24 to 27? Oh, okay, so that's why they did this on purpose, so that you can actually have a buddy to chain with lightning. Are they on the same categories? Because if they do, she's like the best partner with old Nandu. Okay, elite soldiers. Okay, they did that on purpose. They did that on purpose, guys, and swordmasters. He's perfect to be with lightning as like a partner, like Road to Glory or something. Because his modifier is almost as high as hers on the SLB turn, and he gets 150% damage. So he's not going to be as strong as lightning, but he's up there. Very good, like crazy good upgrades. He gets 1,000 flat as well. It's crazy. Very good leader skill. Sorry about that. But yeah, very good. So Orlandeau, very good upgrades. Alright, so Zack. I believe the only thing that we care about here is the... Here's a field effect, who cares about that? There's supposed to be a... Here it is. So the same thing that lightning has, he has. So that's very good for people who can't be able to pull lightning, but you still want that 200% amp. You can give it to somebody. So he's very good for that. But I believe that's probably the only use for him. Because he isn't really that... Yeah, his modifiers are terrible. He's only going to be good for that 200%, but that's very good. Alright, so the oldest Knights of Grand Shell. Let's see if they got anything. Good. 370 times mod. And then 70% light amp field. Cool. They're down at 50%, I think. So do they already have the 100 times mod? Oh, they have. What is this from? Okay, so that's from the EX bonus. So they get 200 times mod permanently. So that's 730 times plus. Man, why they gotta use those weird numbers? Okay, gotta bring that calculator back out again. 360 or 300. I'm tired, apparently. 370 times plus 730. Okay, so not as good as Orlandeau, but he's a finisher. And not as good as 1,100 times. Not as strong, I believe almost as strong as the new Knights of Grand Shell, but of course not as strong because that Knight of Grand Shell will have more stuff. More like attack and stuff, but 1,100 times mod is pretty good, I gotta say. So the best is still yet to come. This guy, of all people, is actually really good now. You would think that they forgot about this guy because he never got anything for so long, but he's actually very good now. So 230 times mod buff, but that's not what we care about. 89% breaks is what we do care about. In a very old unit, you get 89% breaks now, which is very good. I like that. I believe there was something else. Oh yeah, 350 times mod permanently, which is very good. Also, upon revival or brave shift. Does he have? He doesn't have a brave shift. That's just. I think that's just generic. What they gave a lot of characters now, and so that's very good. So he's not 24 hits, unfortunately. He never was, but all right. Might as well just leave the calculator open. So his modifiers are at present are terrible, but 350. So it's 580 times, which is still not good. And then he doesn't have the 100 times mod thing, I don't think. Nope. So that's 680, which is still not good, but and then you get 320. 1,000. So that's pretty good for a breaker. Remember, this guy's a breaker, not a DPS. So that's quite good. So 1,000 times mod in his SLB, very good for an extremely old unit. I didn't look at Regen. I have the least copies of him, surprisingly, but he's probably gonna be the same. Yeah, he has the same breaks and same modifiers, so probably gonna be the exact same as the Akstar. He has dual wield. Does he have the? If he doesn't have the 8 times cap, then it doesn't really matter. Doesn't look like he has the 8 times cap, so it kind of sucks. I think he's not going to be nearly as good because, yeah. His modifiers are... Actually, hold on. Are they less? No, they're the same. I think he's worse, though, because he doesn't have 8 times cap, I don't think. No, he doesn't. So he's actually not that good. He's probably the weakest of the bunch, but that's okay. We have so many W's already. And then Dark Rain. Let's see what Dark Rain gets. 50% Spear in Peril, 260 times mod buff, and then a store buff, of course. And then Dark Field Amp. Cool. And then the EX bonus gives him... Oh boy. Okay, so this puts this to bed, I think. He has the 8 times cap now, guys. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does. Yeah, he does. He has the 8 times cap now, guys. That pretty much puts that all to bed where, you know, if you want to make him TDH or whatever. I think that's gone now. And then 200 times mod. Oh, I closed it again. Hopefully this video's not going to be too long. The music ran out. That's how long this video is. Alright, so 450 plus the 200. Okay. Plus the 260. 910 times? I guess they're banking on because you have a store buff. And that's kind of accounting for a bit more, so it'll probably up to 1,000 maybe. And then he has 8 times cap, I guess. He'll probably still do okay damage. For Dark Magic finisher. There aren't very many of those, so... In fact, I think he's one of the only ones, so... I think this whole batch, for the most part, is pretty good. So, if they can keep up the quality of this for the next update, that'd be great. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Appreciate you. Make sure to watch the polls. They're crazy. I actually recorded my polls before this video, so I kind of did it backwards, but they're insanely crazy, and I know it's kind of a spoiler, but you don't know what kind of crazy it's going to be, so I guess that's kind of how you have to interpret that. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.